Ladies and gentlemen, race fans from all around the world, tonight we celebrate a dream. One man, one crazy idea, a vision so wild people laughed, shook their heads and said, that'll never work. But Wayne Bridges didn't back down. No, he said, let's take asphalt cars and run them on dirt. They said he was out of his mind. They said it couldn't be done. But guess what? Bam! Here we are! Welcome to Wayne's World Racing Series, now proudly known as the S Series. Yeah, that's right, asphalt street stocks on dirt. Where drivers strap into these pavement beasts and sling them sideways through the clay. This is the wildest, craziest, most heart-pounding show you'll ever see. And you're watching it on BobbethTV, called by the voice himself, the one and only Bob. These dirt warriors are throwing asphalt muscle like it's nothing. Slide jobs, door slams, and chaos from green flag to checkers. Who's your pick? Who can tame the ass and take the crown this year? Buckle up, race fans, because tonight history writes another chapter. Started with a dream, just a wild, crazy plan. Wayne Bridges stood tall, said, I know I can take those asphalt cars, put them on the clay. They all laughed, but look at us today. Welcome to Wayne's World, let's light it up. Dirt flying high, no giving up. From the blacktop kings to the clay track fight, S Series, baby, this is your night. This is your night. Pavement beasts throwing tails in the dirt, roosters flying and the engines hurt. Bob on the mic calling every turn as those tires spin and the clay roads burn. Welcome to Wayne's World, let's light it up. Dirt flying high, no giving up. From the blacktop kings to the clay track fight, S Series, baby, this is your night. This is your night. They said he was crazy, said it couldn't be done. But Wayne lit the fuse, and we all saw the sun. Now the dirt explodes, hear that battle cry. Take the ass or kiss that dream goodbye. Welcome to Wayne's World, let's light it up. Pavement beasts in the dirt, what's up? From the blacktop kings to the clay track fight, S Series, baby, this is your night. This is your night. Wayne Bridges, you mad genius, you did it. This is the S Series, baby, and it ain't going.
Oh, cut over on that intro a little bit sooner than I wanted. That 10-second wind down wasn't right there, but here I am. It is BobbethTV's live. I don't even know my own lead in. Let's start that again. BobbethTV is live. You know what that means. We've got another episode of Mud Mule TV coming your way. Doubleheader night of racing, as that intro song suggested. First up, we've got the Wayne's World Arse Racing Series Asphalt Street Stocks here at Limaland Motorsports Park in Lima, USA, for this round of clay slinging action. Currently, let's see, about 9 and a bit minutes in to that 15-minute practice. We've got enough time to get down to the track, have a look, and see who the quickest are. A lot of red cars out there on the track. We can see Tom Land there, Michael Mad Dog Davis, Chris Dandridge. Let's get over to the leaderboard and have a look at how practice is going. Tombstone 1914 in the Twitch chat. Hi, Bob. Have a great stream, brother. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you tuning in and everyone else that tunes in. Lurkers. I just mentioned lurkers. I love it if you interact. I know some people say, "Oh, I don't like to talk in the chat because you've got to call the race and I don't want to distract you." No, look, it's fine, guys. It is fine. I could do both. And like that the show's a little bit different like that it does involve you guys if you do want to get involved. So if you do, if you come along to watch someone or you want to call out, shout out or anything like that, let me know. Let me know in the chat, crew. Let me know. All right, we don't have any race sound coming through the stream yet, so let's get the cars engine sounds on the broadcast. That would help as well. All right, Tom Lant, quick time here in the Asphalt Street Stocks on dirt, 12.587. Chad Putterball 12.617 with a 12.642 for Alan Hunt. Ooh, Alan Hunt moves 12.609, moves himself up into second. Quickest 12.617. Chad Putterball back to third. Wayne Bridges with a 12.687. 12.689 for Chris Standridge. Brett Vanderwood 12.696. And a 12.734 for Travis McDonald. Matthew Lamb with a 12.737 and a 12.764 is Josh Roberts. Quick time. Mikey missed at 12.795. Mike Davis 12.840 and Brian Angel 12.843. 12 cars seem to be registered for today's race. So this looks like our field. 2 6-car heats, inside outside lines decided by heats 1 and 2. Should be a simple night of racing. Alright, just about, 2 minutes left in practice before we get over to qualifying out there. So that 12.609 that Alan Hunt pulled out a few laps ago might have been the quickest lap. We'll see. Oh, Tom Land, Matthew Land. There's a little bit of father-son rivalry there. Matthew Land in the 091 just tipping the 91 over on his roof. Just 1 minute to go as the boy. Oh, Tom Land is quite. You can't quite see it from where we are, but from our angles. But that track is quite banked around the turns. So these cars do have a little bit of a tendency to get up off the inside wheels, get a bit of a two-wheel trick going. Also, if you go down too low and tap any of those infield tyres, they will shoot that car straight up onto its side. Monday night in the States, Tuesday morning Australian. How's your start of your week been? Hope you had a good weekend leading into it. .673 was a fairly quick time compared to that 12.609. That was Cam McLean's last lap, so he was still finding a little bit of speed out there as we head on over to qualifying. Well, Brett Vanderwood, thanks for the like. Good luck out there tonight, Yoda Outlaws crew, everyone else. Alan Hunt, Chris Standridge, Matthew Land, all keen to get out for qualifying straight away. And the share. Thanks, Brent. Good luck to you, brother. Brent, Brian, and Chris Standridge here tonight representing Yoda Outlaws. Actually, while they're doing qualifying, let's just have a quick look at our point system for the Westwood R Series. We don't have last week's results. Travis McDonald, Chris Standridge, 3 points going into last week. With Wade Bridges and Brett Vanderwood not that far, 7 points behind on 85 apiece. So very, very close. Still 4 weeks, 4 more races, counting this one, before we decide the champion. But we are getting very, very close to doing so. Wayne Bridges, 12.623 is our quick time at the moment. 12.628. Travis McDonald, Chad Puttable has the lap of the beast, 12.666. Matthew Land, 12.671 in 4th place. Alan Hunt, 5th place with 12.682. 12.694 for Micah Mixter in 6th. 7th quickest, 12.703. Josh Roberts. Brent Vanderwood, 12.720 for an 8th place run in qualifying. Tom Lamb with the 9th quickest, 12.767. 12.778 for both Chris Standridge and Kent McLean in 10th and 11th respectively. Mike Davis, 12.836 and 12.8363 for Brian Angel. We did pick up a 13th driver who has joined in that I didn't notice has joined the crew. Not sure, but we've gone from 12 drives to 13 since qualifying practice, so that's good. Alright, looks like everyone has finished qualifying. Still a minute to go. They may push it through a little bit earlier. But we'll see how it goes. 13-car field. Looks like Heat 1's going to be Wayne Bridges and Chad Porterball, Mikey Mixter. Alan Hunt, Josh Roberts, Tom Land, Kent McLean, and Brian Angel. Second heat will be Travis McDonald, Matthew Land, Mikey Mixter, Brent Vanderwood, Chris Standridge, and Mike Davis. Those two heats will decide the inside and outside starting lines. All right, as they start to roll out, I hope to do a job, Bob. Try double juggling here, trying to make sure everything is set up, ready to go for the next race. Wayswood Arse Racing Series Heat 1. It is going to be we're going to have 3 heats. Okay, that's weird. Brian Angel, Chris Standridge front row, Josh Roberts and Matthew Land second row, third row is going to be Wayne Bridges. Excuse-moi. Nox Misfire in the Twitch chat. I hope you have a good stream. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. We are off and racing Heat 1 of the Wayneswood Arse Racing Series Asphalt Street Stocks. All contact between Josh Roberts, Chris Standridge, Matthew Land as well. That is most certainly going to bring out our first yellow flag of the day as we reset. Alright, they're rolling around. We're blind back up. It's Brian Angel, Chris Standridge on that front row. Wayne Bridges, Matthew Land, then Josh Roberts. All right, we're going to get this one possibly extended out heat-wise because we're about to start lap 6. So yeah, 6 of 7, 6 lap heat races. This one will be 7 laps just due to that caution. as Brian Angel and Chris Andrews' teammates battle it out at the front for the pole position start. Chris is up there in points, so he may have a rear field start. We haven't got last week's points in the system yet. Oh no, up over the nose of Brian Angel into that white flag lap. Both Yoda Outlaws guys are out of the race. We need to quickly jump over to Wayne Bridges coming. Oh no, Wayne got into the turn. He got the checkered flag before he let that one get loose. I believe Wayne Bridges will win that heat. What a finish. Just wait for said results. What a finish there. Chris and Brian leading the heat race, getting across his nose. Chris Standridge and Yoda, Brian Angels, Yoda Outlaws drivers 5th and 4th in 3rd. Josh Roberts, J&J Motorsports. Matthew Land in 2nd. In the Wayneswood Arse Racing Series, boss man himself, Wayne Bridges, wins Heat 1 and will secure the pole position start in the feature race tonight. That is awesome to say. All right, let's get down to the grid for Heat 2, though. It is a 4-car grid. It's Kent McLean and Brett Vanderwood on that front row. Alan Hunt and Travis McDonald will be on that second row. Off we go and race the Kent McLean, Brett Vanderwood, Alan Hunt, Travis McDonald into 3 and 4. We come for the first time, and look at those cars getting up on 2 wheels. Alan Hunt and Brett Vanderwood almost doing synchronised stunts there. Oh no, look out, the 8 into the back of the 75 comes down into the 72. The 75 held on though, the 72 not so lucky. Yellow flag has come out. Josh Roberts, thanks for the like. Good luck out there, brother. Alright, both heat races extending out to 7 laps due to the caution. Looks like Alan Hunt's still in the pits, so this one will be Kent McLean, Brett Vanderwood, Travis McDonald. Oh, no, it'll be, looks, oh yeah, there we go. I was going to say, looked like it was, Travis was going to come past Kent there. All right, off we go. Laps 7 and 8. This one extended out to an 8-lap heat race. Side by side, Kent McLean, Travis McDonald. Looked like Travis let up. He does have the EOL here tonight by the looks of that, so no point taking the run home. He's just going to let off the gas, let the boys get their positions and settle in at where he needs to. One more heat to go. Heat 2's results though first. We know that Alan Hunt was fourth, Yacht Outlaws Brett Vanderwood in third, Travis McDonald second, but Bam Motorsports Ken McLean takes out the heat to victory. The third and final heat for the Wayneswood Arse Racing Series Asphalt Street Stocks here at Limaland Motorsports Park. Mike Davis and Tom Land on that front row. Mikey Mixter and Chad Puttable on that second row. Excuse me. That cough signifies the start of Heat 3. No, it doesn't, Bob. One more lap around the track. We'll get this one underway. Still one more lot of races to come tonight. That is the Shuler Racing Series. We'll have non-wing micro sprints at Chili Bowl. That is going to be mayhem. Tiny little sprint cars on a tiny little track. Right, off we go. Third and final heat for the Wayneswood Arse Racing Series. The 99 and the 91 side by side. The 9 behind them. Mikey Mixter, normally the 13 is the 13 on our screens. The 9 on the leaderboards tonight. The 20 of Chad Puttable back there as well. Oh, Mikey Mixter up into the wall there. So he drops back to fourth. Chad moves into third. Tom Land, our race leader. Mad Dog in second. Oh, I think it's in Australia because it is the 2nd of December. It is Michael Mad Dog Davis's birthday. Not the 2nd of December until tomorrow in the States. So we'll call it his Australian birthday. So if everyone could wish Michael Mad Dog Davis, the 99 car, a happy Australian birthday, that would be awesome. Hopefully we can transfer some of that Australian birthday luck over. Sir Bilson, thanks for the follow, sir. Welcome in. Bit of the Twitch activity today. Twitch, I feel like Twitch is the platform today. It's usually Facebook, but Twitch doing all right by the looks of it. As we come through Heat 3, turns 3 and 4 for the final time of Heat 3. Let's get to our official results. As they get ready to line up, we find out who is taking the rear of a field. All right, Tom, sorry, the other way around. Mikey Mixter fourth. Chad Puttable with Dirt Warrior Racing in third. Michael Mad Dog Davis for Motor Digging Mafia second. And Tom Land for Motor International in first. Our grid for tonight, though, the first of 2 feature races. As I thank Chris Dandridge for the like also. Good luck out there, Chris. All right, so as they've qualified, it's Chris Dandridge and Mikey Mixter front row. Alan Hunt and Brian Angel second row. Chad Puttable and Brett Vanderwood third row. Josh Roberts and Mike Davis will be on that fourth row. Fifth row will be Travis McDonald, Matthew Land, Tom Land and Kent McLean on that 6th row. And last but certainly not least by any means, Wayne Bridges back there on that 7th row. 25 a lap Consi, so no, still got our feature race to come. So no EOLs yet, we'll wait for our feature race. This one is our Consi, our B main, before we get to the 25 lap feature finale. 25 lap feature? Yeah. So twin 25 lap features here tonight for the Wayneswood Arse Racing Series. Alright, we are 3 wide up the front there. Chris Standridge, Alan Hunt, Mikey Mixter. Looks like it's going to be Mikey Mixter and Alan Hunt as Brian Angel, teammate Chris Standridge, comes up alongside him with, let's see, Chad Footerball back there in that top 5 spot. 6 to 10, Brett Vanderwood, Josh Roberts, Mike Davis, Travis McDonald, Matthew Land, 11 to 13. Here's Tom Land at Wayne Bridges, Kent McLean. Kent McLean in the pits though, not sure what's happened there. See it on the telemetry. Did not leave the pits from the start of the race maybe. Standridge and Brian Angel, Chad Footerball just behind them with Mike Davis, but up ahead of Chris is the top 2 runners, Mikey Mixter and Alan Hunt. Just saw the back of Chris's car. Let's have a look at that. There's our rear chase. He's got the Yoda Outlaws logo just written on there, along with his Frank's Wiener Warmers sponsor. Nine laps into this 25-lap Cruisey race. We are moving along. Alan Hunt, our race leader, Mikey Mixer, Chris Sanders, Brian Andrew, Chad Footerball, the 5, Mike Davis, Travis McDonald, Tom Land, Matthew Land, Josh Roberts, the 10, Brett Vanderwood and Wayne Bridges, 11 and 12. Only 12 cars on the field, so Ken McLean did not take the track. He had a bit of time to register and race before he took off for the kids' volleyball, softball sports. It's one of the sports. They do so many different sports. You would never know. Cornhole and Thursday. No. Side by side, the 20 and the 7. That's 4th and 5th place. Brian Angel and Chad Footerball battling it out. Outlaws versus a Dirt Warrior Racing. What a racy field at the moment. Ooh, a little bit of a nose wash there by Travis McDonald. Sorry, by Mike Davis over to Travis McDonald. Travis pulled up, held it well. Mikey Mixter, he is about a second and a bit behind our race leader Alan Hunt, as Chris Sandridge is racing up on Mikey Mixter, taking him on the inside there. A little bit of contact. Chris had to check up there, so he's going to allow Brian Angel to catch back up. Mikey's going to settle back in on that high line in second. As this Cruisey race battles on. This is the Wayneswood Us Racing Series. Night 2 of 3 for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. We started off last night with the Reese Monument Dirt Street Stocks and the KB Plumbing UMP Modifieds. Both those races won by Kent McLean. Tonight we've got the Wayneswood Us Racing Series as well as the Shuler Racing Series. Got about 8 laps to go in the Cruisey for the Wayneswood Us Series, and then a feature race, 25 laps. Invert, no, just straight through. How they finish is how they qualify for the start. So Alan Hunt racing for pole position here. Sorry, I'm just going to do something really quick with you. 1 minute. Oh, perfect timing. Yellow flag is out. Let's just reset back up the front. And back in a moment. on my way back as they appear to be pulled up on the track. Oh no, the race finished. I missed the end of the race. Damn it, sorry, I got held up. I'm back. Let's get to the results of our Consi race really quickly. Shit, sorry guys. Didn't think they'd see that one through that quick. Alright, Kent McLean finished officially in 13th, Chad Porterball 12th, Chris Standridge 11th, Brett Vanderwood 10th, Travis McDonald 9th with Wayne Bridges 8th, Mike Davis 7th and Matthew Land 6th, our top 5, Josh Roberts in at 5th, Tom Land 4th, our top 3, Brian Angel, Mikey Mixer and Alan Hunt gets the victory in our Consi race. I didn't say it was inverted, but it is an invert start. So Ken McLean not here. So that inside line will progress forward. Chris Standridge and Chad Porterball with the front row. Travis McDonald, Brett Vanderwood, second row, third row, Mike Davis, Wayne Bridges, Josh Roberts, Matthew Land on that fourth row, fifth row will be Brian Angel and Tom Land, Mikey Mixter and Alan Hunt on that sixth row. There's Travis McDonald pulling out though. Oh, coughing fit. So our actual starting order will be Chris Anderson, Chad Porterball, front row, Chris Anderson with pole start. Brett Vanderwood, Mike Davis behind him, Wayne Bridges and Josh Roberts third row, Matthew Land and Tom Land, father and son on fourth row. Fifth row is Brian Angela, Mikey Mixter, sixth row will be Alan Hunt and Travis McDonald. Oh, that coffee's hot. I mean, that's how you want your coffee, but that's hot. Clean this desk up one day. This is terrible. Alright, this is our last feature race for the iRacing series. We'll move on over to the Shuler Racing Series next. But 25 laps, let's not wish this one away. It is on. Chad Porterball takes the race lead. Chris Standridge battling it out with teammate Brett Vanderwood there. Mike Davis, Josh Roberts, Brian Angel. And we've got Matthew Land, Wayne Bridges, Tom Land, Alan Hunt, Travis McDonald, Mikey mixed it back to the rear of field. Oh, the 091. I just looked off screen to look at something, and there's a crash. I think Travis McDonald was also involved in it. So there's the 88. Always gets into the 72 there, but that's not it. Down low. Matthew Land just comes down low on the track, comes across the nose of Travis McDonald. That's what brings out our first caution for the feature. Of 25 back underway. A few cautions here tonight in the Wedgwood iRacing series. There's another one. I think that was Josh Roberts hit the infield tyre, shot up the track, collided in with another car. That's still green though. That is one heck of an effort. As you can see, a lot of cars packed up back here. Anthony Calf, thanks for the like, brother, over on Facebook. Appreciate you. So Josh turning down a little bit. He's going to try and cut in between Alan Hunt and the 91 of Tom Land, sorry. gets very loose. Mikey Mixture and Travis McDonald get into each other and up into the wall as a result of that. Second caution. Lap 9 of 25 when we get this one back underway. If you're just tuning in, this is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's night 2 of 3 nights of racing action, counting this week. Only 4 more weeks before we decide the division champions and award some championship trophies. We start off the racing week on a Sunday night American, Monday morning Australian time frame with the Recent Morning Dirt Street Stocks, the KP Plumbing European Modifieds. Then Monday night US, Tuesday morning Australian. We've got this one, the Wayneswood Arse Racing Series and the Shuler Racing Series up next. Oh, Josh Roberts just got absolutely murdered by Brian Angel there. Off a restart. Poor Josh Roberts being targeted. No. Alright, the line back up. Currently single file. If that's how we're restarting, it will be Chad Putterbowl, Brett Vanderwood, Tom Land, Alan Hunt, Matthew Land, the 5. Wayne Bridges, Travis McDonald, Mike Davis, Josh Robertson, Mike Mixer, the 10, Brian Angel, and Chris Standridge, the 11 and 12. Chris in the pits currently. Oh, looks like Kent McLean also in the pits showing up now, so may see him back on the track soon, I'm not sure, as we get this one back underway. Lap 10 of 25. Also, if you are just tuning in, it is the 2nd of December in Australia. That is our very own Michael Mad Dog Davis, is the 99 machine, currently in 8th in this race. It's his birthday, was his Australian birthday, 2nd of December, later this evening in my time for December, the US. So Michael's birthday officially tomorrow for him, but happy Australian birthday, Mike. Might even jump in the chat during a caution if one comes up in the next 11 laps. And check that out with Chad Putterbowl, Brett Vanderwood, Tom Land, Alan Hunt, Matthew Land, still our top 5. Chad Putterbowl, not a big lead over that pack, but that top 4 pack a little bit breaking away from the rest of the field there. So Josh Roberts coming unstuck again. Not having a good night in the Asphalt Street Stocks, Josh Roberts. Caution has come out. Hey guys, hello. I've been saying it on broadcast a little bit. I thought it'd be remiss not to jump in and actually say it in the chat. But happy Australian birthday, Mike Davis. No, it's It is the 2nd of December in Australia, so technically it's your birthday. Oh man, I've got to stop talking. It's Josh. That I've got to stop talking about him. But no, other than that, just want to jump in. I've been saying it on broadcast. A couple of the people in the chat have said happy birthday, but yeah, just want to wish you officially happy Australian birthday, Mike. Good luck with the rest of the race, boys. All right, off we go. Just distracting them right at the start there. That's the best time to do it. Chad Putterbolt, Brett Vanderwood, Tom Land, Alan Hunt, Matthew Land. Off to a good start there. That 4-pack though, the top 4 off with a little bit of a gap. Wayne Bridges behind Matthew Land, and there is a bit of a gap before the next pack forms as we have about 8 laps to go here. A couple of drivers requesting I don't mention their names. They do not want to be broadcast cursed / jinxed. Generally, if you highlight someone, if you think someone's doing well, or you want to see someone do well and you try and push them a bit, it's called the broadcaster's curse. It just jinxes them or causes them to crash or have a bad run. So, with that in mind, who do we want to give the broadcaster's curse to? Oh, Tom Land getting very sideways on the infield tyres, crashes up into Wayne Bridges there, bringing out our latest caution. How many cautions in this feature race so far? There have been a few. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is our 5th. Still plenty of time in the race where we're up on schedule. Not really delaying us too much. File line up. It's going to be lap, I think lap 20 of 25. So still 6 to go before we get to the checkered flag for our first of 2 main events here tonight. This one, of course, the Wayneswood iRacing Series Asphalt Street Stocks here at Limaland Motorsports Park. Yay, that leak. Vicky Shuler in the YouTube chat. Welcome, Vic. I'm not going to say a word. We'll just watch on as we have Chad Putterbolt, Brett Vanderwood, Alan Hunt, Matthew Land, Travis McDonald in the 5. If I talk to about them in packs, surely that means it won't curse them. And then the 10, Mike Davis, Mikey Mixer, Josh Ross, Brian Andrew, Tom Land. Wayne Bridges is about to rejoin the race in 11th. Chris Andrew, Kemp McLean still in the pits, 12th and 13th. So just 11 cars in this battle. Less than 5 to go. To go in this battle. Chad Putterbolt starting to pull away from Brett Vanderwood and Alan Hunt with Matthew Land and Travis McDonald still back there for the 5. Mike Davis and Mikey Mixer are going to make that a 7-car field though. Then we jump back a little bit to Josh Roberts, Brian Angel, Tom Land and Wayne Bridges as we get to the white flag lap. Sorry Vic, we've got to do it. We have to see out the race on the leader as he comes around for the last time. Gets the checkered flag. Dirt Warrior Racing takes out the feature race here for the Limaland Motorsports Park round of the Wayneswood iRacing Series. We've got the Shuler Racing Series up next. So Kent McLean did it. He took out the Reese Monument Dirt Street Stocks yesterday and then took out his name series, the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds. The Shuler Racing Series maintained by Chad Putterbolt in honour of the late Phil Shuler, husband of our lovely Vicky. There we go. That works. There we go. We're good. All right, I got so excited I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be doing the results, Bob. All right, so Ken McLean did not take the field, so he'll officially score in 13th for Bad Motorsports. Yoda Outlaws, Chris Standish in 12th. Waynesford Arse Racing Series boss man himself, Wayne Bridges in 11th. Motorware Internationals, Tom Land in 10th. Yoda Outlaws, Brian Angel in 9th. J&J Motorsports, Josh Roberts did not have a fun night at all. He finished in 8th with Mikey Mixter 7th. Modiggy Mafia's Mike Davis, the Australian birthday boy, in 6th. Sorry, Travis McDonald 5th. Matthew Land for Motor International in 4th, with Alan Hunt 3rd. Yoda Outlaws, Brent Vanderwood in 2nd. And Chad Footerball, Dirt Warrior Racing's driver, wins here tonight, takes out the checkered flag. Alan Hunt, what a run! Finished in finished in first in the Consi, the B main, and finished 3rd in the feature race. That is a good call out there for him. All right, we'll jump into the booth with this man. Did start outside pole position. Was I think originally going to line up against, I think it was Travis, but unfortunately for Travis had the EOL. That gave you the Chris Standridge battle, which you didn't take too long to sort of settle in with, and then that top 5. That really it's been the story for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Where that second, third to about 4th, 5th, 6th, almost 7th place, the battles back there are so good that the front guys can sort of get away with it a bit, can have their own little race, or you can, the lead guys can sort of, you can hit your marks. You don't have to worry about too much. Lap traffic wasn't a big issue, but sort of a few cautions. Talk us through that. What were the sort of the main concerns out there on the track tonight? And congratulations. Mm, yep. Now, I did notice in practice, the track looked quite slick. Do you think that was sort of like a bit of forewarning of what the track was going to do, or was there just a lot of good practice laps sort of put in today? Yeah. Mm. Now, the other issue I am enjoying, I know you guys probably not so much, but some of these tracks, I'm hoping we get a good camera angle, because Limaland's one of those tracks where the angles just don't do it justice. The turns 1 and 2, 3 and 4 quite banked. And of course, obviously, those famous infield tyres. So if you hit the infield tyres, you're pretty much not sure where you're going to end up. But the other issue that we've been seeing with the R series is the left-hand side of the car leaving the ground, getting up on 2 wheels. We saw a couple of guys doing it almost in synchronization, as if it was an Olympic sport. We saw some guys really take the turns on 2 wheels and get their car back down in time. I can't remember if you had too much of an issue with that. Did you have much 2 wheel sort of driving happen?
Can't do that. If you try to, you know, cut down on that corner hard, it's going to barrel roll you in these things, or
Yep.
it's going to lift that front, and then it's just a handful coming off the corner.
Yep. And apologies, this first half up until just now, your mum's going to kill me. The interview channel wasn't unmuted properly, so they're just hearing you. I've been talking to you, but they're hearing a one-sided conversation, so I apologize. Well, I guess
That's all
that
right.
also lends to the slickness of the track. Like the cars, we saw a few, that either set too hard and push down the track, or not set enough and slide up. But especially when you're sliding up the track, that right hand momentum was another reason those cars were sort of sliding up onto those 2 wheels as well. So that was a big part of the day. Got to give a big shout out. I did give him a shout out when I was doing the results, but I want to hear your thoughts as well. Alan Hunt tonight. We've spoken a lot lately about how towards the end of the season, there's been a number of guys that have sort of just either been in the wrong place, wrong time, or just that one race away from pushing through that glass ceiling. Guys like Dawson Potter not here tonight. Jonathan Foxworth's another one. There's a couple of other guys, but Alan Hunt picked up the victory in the Consi, the first 25 lapper. Started obviously because of that rear field and actually ended up in third place tonight. So it's got to feel good. I've spoken to a few drivers, but I want to get your thoughts. It's got to feel good knowing that these teams that are forming, these sort of the information that's being shared, it really is bringing everyone up, and that only helps make you a better driver because you're only as good as your opponents. If your opponents aren't getting better, then you're going to sort of stagnate a little bit. So seeing those guys in the top five, Matthew Land, Tom Land was up there for a bit. There's a couple of other different guys, as I say. Christian Ken McLean didn't take the race. We knew he would have been a factor if he had. It's got to feel pretty good knowing that the competition is staying strong and getting stronger, and that's just allowing you to get better as well.
Yeah, I mean, every one of us out here, we want to win, and nobody wants to go out there and just walk the dog on everybody every single night because there's no fun in that. There's no competition, and this group of guys here, I mean, a year ago when I started racing with them to now, it's anybody's race. I mean, you just have to keep your nose clean and run your line because these guys will run over you in a heartbeat and take that win from you. And they're not as easy to get. So when you do get them, you gotta hang on to them.
Yeah, and the point system, I think, traditionally, it was a qualifying game. It was, you're all similar race speeds, so basically, qualifying really did sort of cement a lot of your starting or general racing positions. Whereas now, it's almost better for the mid-pack qualifiers because they're in heat 3 generally, and that's the
Right.
heat that generally moves up in when we see a lot of the EOLs from the front runners and things like that because of the points or the wins in the prior weeks. So it does sort of stops that ability to really run away from it. And if you are going to run away with it, then you've got to come from the rear field. You've really got to be good. But it does give those, as I say, like guys like Alan Hunt, and that if you give them a chance up that top five, they're going to finish in that top five. They're not going to, be down lower in the track where they may have traditionally sort of started or ended up. So no, it's been awesome. 4 weeks to go, counting this week, and the competition's still quite strong. I think there's one or two of the races series that are sort of mathematically difficult, but not impossible. And then there's a couple of others, some that you're involved in where there's literally just points in it. So this one, we don't have last week's points up yet, but I know coming into last week's race,
I think McDonald's actually leading this right now before tonight.
yep, yep. He was 3 points in ahead of Chris, who was basically 4 points ahead of Wayne and Brent, who was basically 5 points ahead of you. So, it really only takes in these remaining three races, one or two bad finishes for a couple of those guys up the front to really shake up that top five, that top three. And traditionally, the Knuckleheadz Championship races, there's always at least one or two that is decided in that final race. So good luck with the rest of this season that is coming up. I know we've still got the Shuler Racing Series tonight, Motor International Limited's tomorrow night. But
Yeah,
it
the
is,
Shuler race tonight should be exciting.
dude. When I saw that, yeah, it's for those that haven't seen the schedule, the description on the broadcast tonight, it is non-wing micros at Chili Bowl. So it's like if you could put an engine and wheels on a firecracker on what is probably, I thought it was one of the smallest tracks in the world, but it's not. It's actually smaller, bigger than some of the tracks I think are racy. But I can't race it. I cannot turn a lap on Chili Bowl for the life of me in anything. Um,
It's going to be tough tonight. It's going to be a lot of throttle control and patience.
yep, yep. So whereas this one, Wayne's World Arse Racing Series, a few yellows. Obviously, the guys set back up and re-race. There is going to be possibly a few yellows. There's going to be possibly a bit of mayhem. Chili Bowl is, it's an interesting track and it's going to be a fun race. Can't wait for that round. Good luck in that, man. I know there's a
Thank
few
you.
vying for that one. Let's have a quick look at the points before we jump over to the non-wing sprints. Don't have Kern's points from last week either, but yeah, Travis has got an 11-point lead over Tom Land there. So that's another one where Tom really needs to maximize those points gap between him and Travis. Just needs to finish ahead of Travis and make sure that gap is as big as possible to battle for that series. But it's going to be a fun next
Well,
couple of weeks.
We're not. I don't think we got a chance for the championship, but I think we're going to get in there tonight. We're going to try to shake some things up for the points.
Well, that's what I've been saying. Ken McLean yesterday, taking out the Reese Monument Dirt Street Stocks and the European Modifieds, I said to him, like, yeah, there's a couple of divisions. Yeah, he doesn't race Tuesday nights a lot, and there's a few divisions he hasn't been sort of full time in. But just get maximum points. Make the boys that have to fight for the points fight for what minimal points there would be left over. You know what I mean? So that way, yeah, it just lends itself to a very exciting finish. So yeah, if you could get out there and I've had strict instructions from your mum. One of the comments throughout the chat was, shh, but yay, that lead car. So I was calling out, whenever I was talking about you in the lead, I was calling it out as a 5-car field, so that way there was no way I could. So I'll take that strategy into the Chili Bowl round of the Shuler Racing Series, and hopefully don't jinx you or anyone else, and we get some good racing. But it's going to be a mad one. Interesting to see who does. So I know we'll lose a few guys from this race for the next one, but we'll also gain a few mad. I almost used an Australian term that I won't use live on stream. Some mad guys. So yeah, it's going to be a fun race. But before we let you go, and I keep rambling, friends, family, sponsors, who do you need to give a shout out to for making all this possible?
Well, first to you, Bob, for doing the broadcast and always doing a great job. We love having you with us and doing it. All the guys over at Knuckleheadz for putting this on. I mean, without everybody there and the type of guys that we have running, we wouldn't be doing this at all, and it wouldn't be fun. All the guys over there on my team, DWR, Dirt Warrior Racing, Dirt Panda, Roots, Junk Fabrication, just without those guys and mentoring me over the last, 8 months to a year, I wouldn't be where I'm at, and hopefully we'll get better and better. So right now, let's just go focus on winning this Chili Bowl.
That's it. Good luck, man. It is not going to be easy, but that is pretty much the tagline for the Shuler Racing Series. Where legends are made and dreams ain't easy. So yeah, good luck, brother. We'll see you soon on our screens, and hopefully talk soon.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, that was Chad Shuler, our winner of the Wentworth Us Racing Series. We're going to jump on over to the Shuler Racing Series, as we said, non-wing midget sprints. Micro, not even midgets, they're micros. They're even smaller at Chili Bowl. This is going to be madness. We'll be back, folks. Stay tuned.
Fans, welcome to the Shuler Racing Series, where horsepower meets heart and legends are made under the lights. First off, a huge special thanks to the boys at Knuckleheadz for putting this series together, and to Team DWR Dirt Warrior Racing for stepping up as our proud sponsor. Without either of them, this whole show wouldn't be possible. And remember, every lap, every slide job, every door-to-door battle you're about to witness will be called by the one, the only Bob with BobbethTV, the magician with the mic, the voice from the land down under, bringing you every ounce of the action! But before we drop the green, tonight, we remember the man behind the name, the man whose hands turned wrenches like an artist, whose heartbeat with the sound of roaring engines. Phil Shuler, this series is for you! May you forever soar above the dirt tracks, riding with the warriors you built for, the racers you believed in, and the sport you loved with everything you had! Race fans, the stage is set, the engines are rumbling, the dirt is ready to fly! This is the Shuler Racing Series, and it's go time! For the sound of thunder and wheels, fuel in his veins, dirt under his heels. Phil Shuler built more than steel and chrome. He built a legacy drivers call home. White knuckle rides on a Saturday night, slide jobs flying under stadium lights. Every bolt, every weld, every part he made, built for the brave who ain't afraid. This is the Shuler Racing Series, where legends garage to the checkered line. He poured in love, he gave it time. Not just a car, it was a warrior shield, built for battle on that red clay field. Safety first for the bold and the fast, to make sure every driver makes it back. He was the heart, the soul, the spark. Now his legacy races through the dark. This is the Shuler Racing Series, where legends are born and dreams ain't easy. He gave it all for the fearless few, for the ones who drive like they got nothing to lose. Dirt's flying, engines crying, hearts beating loud, feels rotten with them in every lap now. It's more than a race, it's a tribute of flame, and we carry it on in the Shuler name. Presented by Knuckleheadz, we fly that flag. Dirt Warrior Racing's got our backs in the pack. BobbethTV brings the heat to the screen. It's the wildest show this dirt's ever seen. This is the Shuler Racing Series. It's about love, grit, and white knuckle fury. From pit to podium, it's all fulfilled. His passion and drive are racing still. Dirt's flying, tires grinding, we light up the track with feel in our hearts. We ain't ever looking back. This is more than a race, it's a legend in flame, and we'll ride till the end in the Shuler name. Yeah, we ride every turn, every fight, fulfill under the lights.
Race fans, welcome to the Shuler Racing Series, where horsepower meets heart and legends are made under the lights. First off, a huge special thanks to the boys at Knuckleheadz for putting this series together, and to Team DWR Dirt Warrior Racing for stepping up as our proud sponsor. Without either of them, this whole show wouldn't be possible. And remember, every lap, every slide job, every door-to-door battle you're about to witness will be called by the one, the only Bob with BobbethTV, the magician with the mic, the voice from the land down under, bringing you every ounce of the action! But before we drop the green, tonight we remember the man behind the name, the man whose hands turned wrenches like an artist, whose heart beat with the sound of roaring engines. Phil Shuler, this series is for you. May you forever soar above the dirt tracks, riding with the warriors you built for, the racers you believed in, and the sport you loved with everything you had. Race fans, the stage is set, the engines are rumbling, the dirt is ready to fly. This is the Shuler Racing Series, and it's go time!
All right, BobbethTV is back. We're not back, but ooh, I'll get the Twitch thing off my phone. I had the Twitch thing on the phone. I got the wrong vehicle, so I got non-wing sprints. There we go. Knuckleheadz iRacing League is back with the micro sprints here at Chili Bowl. This is the Tulsa, USA round of the Shuler Racing Series. We're here at Chili Bowl, where legends are made, dreams ain't easy. Mike Davis, thanks for the share and the like. And yeah, once again, everybody wish Mike Davis a happy Australian birthday. It is the 2nd of December in Australia, still the 1st of December in the US, so he's got tomorrow to wait. But wish him a happy Australian birthday for us. All right, we're going to jump down to the track. And have a look at some of this practice. I'm going to take a short break, and we'll be back in time for qualifying. So stay tuned, guys and girls. Enjoy. All right, so I got in a bit of a discussion with Mrs. BobbethTV and misjudged the time, but we are in qualifying right now. And we've got Matthew Land, Tom Land, Kent McLean, Wayne Bridges out there. We had a 13-car field for the Wayneswood Arts Racing Series. I forgot what series we just had up prior. We've still got, another 10 drivers. So we lost a few. We've gained Kent McLean, 11.07.8 is second quickest time. Matthew Land does have quick time, 11.05.5. 11.290 for Travis McDonald. Tom Land, 11.309 in fourth quickest. Mikey Mixer, 11.407 and 11.467 for Wayne Bridges, seventh. Alan Hunt, 12.134. Brian Angel, just working that track out, 17.041. The 20's out there as well. That's Chad Putterball. Jonathan Foxworth is the other driver, the new driver that has joined us. Looks like qualifying just about finished up there. Brian Angel ended up with 11.631, moving him up into 8th above Alan Hunt's 12.134, 25.134 for Jonathan Foxworth as he, I guess, just susses the track out. I'd take a lot more time than that, Jonathan. All right, qualifying has ended. Looks like we're going to get on over to our heat racing. I'm not really sure how the cameras are going to work here at Chili Bowl because they're kind of crazy. We do have a few static cams and stuff like that, but they're sort of really weird. I'll try and find a good one for now just to get this race started. We'll get the grid up on the screen actually before they start. Matthew Land and Travis McDonald will be that front row. Chad Putterball and Wayne Bridges in on that second row. Alan Hunt on that third and final row for the micro sprints here at Chili Bowl, Heat 1. That's a good camera. I like that one. We'll see how we go with this one as we begin what is going to be a crazy round of racing. Look at these little wingless micro sprints here at the Chili Bowl Shuler Racing Series. Legends are made and dreams ain't easy, as we said in the interview with Chad Putterball before. He is second row inside pole position as we get our 8-lap battle underway here at the Chili Bowl. See how we go maintaining this action on our screens. Guys make them look so much easier than they actually are. Matthew Land, our race leader. Chad Putterball second. Wayne Bridges in third. Travis McDonald and Alan Hunt fourth and a fifth. Well, Travis gets himself past Wayne, but must have been a collision there as Those two have come stopped up in the turns. Let's watch that play out again. There's the 92, the 88. Came up on him quick on the track map. It must be about here. Gets very set on that angle through the slicks. Slides out a little bit, and yeah, Travis just clips the rear end. So he brings in our first caution of the night for the Shuler Racing Series. Off we go, 7 of 8. Matthew Land and Chad Puttable are going to battle for the lead. Matthew Land did qualify pole. Chad is quite adept into these things. We'll caution back out again. Something off cam happened. Would have been Wayne Bridges. Let's have a look here. Alan Hunt, Travis McDonald. There might have been sometimes the game records crashes that aren't crashes, so it might be here. But it might be just Wayne Bridges by himself. I don't think it was. Oh, no, there it is. There it was. Our second caution for Heat 1. We knew these ones were going to be tricky. Robbo, thank you for the like over in the Facebook world as we get ready to race this extended, it was an 8-lap Heat 1 battle. We're currently going to be extending it out, I believe, to a 12-lap battle as we get this one started. Yeah, lap 11 and 12 still to come. If we can get to lap 12, we will have a finish. But if there's a crash on lap 11, we will reset them as we come around. There it is. We are on the final lap. Matthew Land is our race leader. Looking to secure that feature pole position start with a win in Heat 1. Like Travis got a bit loose there. He's going to fall back to the rear of the field as Wayne and Alan get past him as we get our checkered flag. Let's get over to our results once they become available. There we go. No. Yep, there we are. All right. We know that T-Mac Travis McDonald finished in... Alan Hunt finished in 5th. Sorry, lap down. Travis McDonald also a lap down in 4th. Finishing in those podium spots. Wayne Bridges in 3rd. Delaware Racing's Chad Puttable in 2nd. But Motor International's Matthew Land wins Heat 1. Secures that pole position start in the feature race. Unless we have a Consi battle, but the grid for Heat 2 is going to be as follows. Kent McLean and Tom Land on that front row. Mikey Mixture and Brian Angel 2nd. 3rd and final row is going to be Jonathan Foxworth. Off we go. No caution out straight away. Let's that restart again. Tom Land not off to a good start there on the outside. The track's starting to slick up already, it looks like. Oh, just got very set in the turn. Oh, the 29 Jonathan Fox was unable to avoid contact. Wasn't serious contact, but still contact nonetheless as we get this one reset. Oh, mate, we're going to stay up the front here with Kent McLean and Brian Angel. I don't know if you can hear that rumbling of the V8 engine in my background. Oh, Kent getting a little loose on that infield run. Brian Angel might have a run on him the outside on the second last lap. He does. He moves up into first place as we come through the turn. A little bit of contact, though, as Kent McLean will reclaim that lead on the white flag lap. Into 3 and 4 for that last time. Kent McLean's going to get the checkered flag. That was a little bit of a scare for him there. Alright, let's get our results. Yep, they are available. Jonathan Foxworth, the B-Main Bandit in 5th. Mikey Mishra and Tom Land 4th and 3rd. 2nd was Brian Angel for Yoda Outlaws Band Motorsports. Kent McLean will take the heat to, pardon me, victory. Alright, our grid for our... what have I done? Let's maximize that screen again. Yep, our 55 lap feature race. Holy crap. It's going to be Matthew Landy, Ken McLean on the front row. This is going to be insane. Chad Puttable and Brian Angel, 2nd row. Wayne Bridges and Tom Land, 3rd row. Travis McDonald and Mikey Mixter, 4th row with Alan Hunt and Jonathan Foxworth on that 5th row. Travis McDonald has moved to that 5th row with Jonathan Foxworth, so Alan Hunt will move up into the 4th row with Mikey Mixter. Pace truck's gone past the start-finish line. Heat 1, lap 1 of the main event Shuler Racing Series Micro. Micros. We'll get it right in a moment here at Chili Bowl. 55 laps. Oh, there's been a crash there. We saw that. Travis McDonald, Chad Puttable. So Jonathan Foxworth was a part of it. Let's have a look at the Brian Angel. Brian Angel there, the 7. Once comes into contact with the 20, does get tapped by the 91, spun around, and Jonathan Foxworth nowhere to go but straight into him. Right, pace truck left track. We're going to come out of 4 here. Get this one back underway. Matthew and Tom land on the front row. Then it is Wayne Bridges, Mikey Mixter, Travis McDonald, Ken McLean, Jonathan Fox with Chad Puttable, Brian Angel and Alan Hunt. It is so hard to capture the action at Chili Bowl. It is just such a weird track for me. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's not a small track. Looks small, I guess, because it's in a little shed, but I think it's very wide, though, as well. Tom Land, our current race leader, has pushed the son, Matthew Land, back to second. Mikey Mix to third, Travis McDonald and Ken McLean fourth and fifth. Third, fourth, and fifth, sorry, as that looked like Jonathan Fox was forced down into the infield wall there. Able to keep it going, so no caution is the phrase I was looking for. 7 at 55, still a lot of racing still to come here tonight. Matthew Land falling back to fourth place there as we watch Ken McLean, Mikey Mixon and Travis McDonald come up on him. Got a bit unstuck there, and the boys able to freight train him a little bit, pushing back to fourth. Caution has come out though. Let's see which one was the caution. So we'll just reset back to our lead and let them regroup. Alright, regrouping up 11 of 55, a fifth of the way into this 55 lap non-wing micro sprints battle here at the Chili Bowl for the Shuler Racing Series, thanks to the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. Last race of the night. We just got one more race tomorrow, Tuesday night American, Wednesday morning Australian, will be the Motor International Limited Late Models. Off we go, and racing at the front, Ken McLean and Tom Land are going to battle for that race lead. Matthew Land back there in third, Mike Mixter fourth, and Chad Puttable fifth. Oh, Tom Land comes unstuck, got a bit loose and thought he was going to recover, but it started to basketball bounce the tyres, and that just caused him to 360 spin out as we get our next caution. Just up the front with Kent. Alright, looks like they're grouping back up to wide here. It's going to be Ken McLean and Matthew Land front row. Mikey Mixon and Travis McDonald second. Third race, Brian Angel and Wayne Bridges. Chad Puttable and Tom Land on that fourth row. Fifth race, just going to be Alan Hunt by himself. 9-car field. Jonathan Fox with the B-Main Bandit has retired. Popped the micro sprint on the trailer. We wish him the best of luck for tomorrow and any other racing he's got going on. But we continue on with our 55 lap battle here at the Chili Bowl. back out again. Bit hard to get this one going. We might have to go single file. Looks like it might be a single file restart. If it does, it's going to be, let's have a look there. Cameron McLean at the front of the row. Matthew Land, Travis McDonald, Chad Puttable, Wayne Bridges, Alan Hunt, Tom Land, Brian Angel, Mikey Mixter. The 9-car field, 9 rows back. of 55. Single file restart will get us going again. Track's starting to slick up quite a bit on entry there. We can see in 1 and 2, as well as 3 and 4 there. Not so bad in 3 and 4 based on that angle. Well, that might have been the exit 1 of 2 actually. I'm not sure, but it's hard to tell where they are on the track. The track map's so quick as well. The 20, Chad Puttable unstuck there. Looks like Brian Angel as well as Mikey Mixter. Let's have a look at that one. Lap 19. Brian, I believe that's Chad behind him. Well, there's a big crash up the front. A lot of other cars. There's Chad there. Brian gets into him after the fact. File restart yet again. Kent McLean front row. Matthew Land, Tom Land, father and son. Second and third, Wayne Bridges, Chad Puttable, Brian Angel, Mikey Mixter, Travis McDonald, Alan Hunt. The 9 cars that remain in this 10-car field. Jonathan Foxworth retired 8 laps ago. The 11-second laps. This track quite a fast affair. 55. Still a lot of racing yet to come. Time-wise, not much. Like, it's pretty fast. Oh, Matthew Lane got a bit loose, lost a bit of speed there. Boys did well to avoid him. He's back in 5th place as Brian Angel moves up into 4th. He's going to battle Matthew's father, Tom Lane, for that 3rd spot. What do we think? Do we like these cameras where it's back down more closer to the track, where it's like traditional racing, or the higher ones that we've been doing with the Chili Bowl normally? So to give you an example, let's try and find one of those high ones. I think that was one of them. I'm not sure, to be honest. Caution has come back out though, lap 26 and 55. 25 of 50. This is the second of two races here. This, as you can see on the side of that 20 there, the Shuler Racing Series. Donald, thank you for the like on Facebook. Appreciate you, brother. Earlier tonight, we did have the Wenswood Racing Series, Asphalt Street Stocks on dirt. Yesterday was the Reese Monument Dirt Street Stocks and the KP Plumbing European Modifieds tomorrow night. The Motor International Limited Late Models. It's the 3 nights of racing action, 5 divisions. All thanks to the Knuckleheadz iRacing League as we get this one back under green flag conditions. Lap 26 of 55. Kent McLean, Matthew Land, Chad Football, Travis McDonald. No, it looks like Chad unfortunately crashing off the start there. So we've got this one all back lined up. Kent McLean and Matthew Land, Travis McDonald, Brian Angel, Mike Mix to the 5. As the cycles back through. Wayne Bridges, Tom Lamb, Chad Football, and Alan Hunt, the 6 to 9. Oh, no, it looks like they're setting up another caution. One seems to be in the pits. Does Wayne may need to visit the pits quickly. Did see he had a black flag.
Told to us.
Clicked on the screen there. All right, we are good to go again. It's going to be lap, I think, 27 of 27 of 55. Kent McLean, Matthew Land, Travis McDonald, Brian Angel, Michael Mixter, Wayne Bridges, Chad Potterwell, Tom Land, and Alan Hunt. 9 cars remain in this micro sprints battle at the Chili Bowl here. McDonald there in third on our screens. Brian Angel, Mikey Mixer. Then we see Chad Putterball, Wayne Bridges, Tom Land, Alan Hunt. McLean's starting to really run away with that race lead, though 1.5 seconds and growing. Oh, there has been a crash. Not going to count the caution count for the Chili Bowl round just because there has been a few. this one back underway. We'll be lap 32 of 55 when we do start. So still, what's that, 14 laps? No, 24 laps remain. Over halfway, Bob. Spin campaign, Matthew Land, Travis McDonald, Tom Land, Chad Puttable, Mikey Mixter, Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges, Brian Angel. That's the order of our restart. McLean just hitting his marks off on a run here. Whoa, big crash. Matthew Lamb, we saw that in the background as that brings out another reset. All right, let's try and do it. Let's try and do it. Jesus. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 10 or 11, I believe, by my count so far. Still got a lot of time in the race, and there's no real time limit on the broadcast. We'll be here till the checkered flag. But what, almost 20 minutes in, just in the 19-minute mark of this feature race, an hour and a half allotted to it. So yeah, plenty of time to get these green flag laps in. But they are a handful. Above of 55 as we get this one back underway. Kent McLean restarts this battle. Tom Land, Travis McDonald, Chad Football, Mikey Mix to round out the rest of the 5-car field there, and Wayne Bridges, top 5, sorry, Wayne Bridges, Brian Angel, Matthew Land, and Alan Hunt round out the rest of the 9-car field, 6 to 9. Wayne and Brian Angel just a little bit of high five on each other there as Brian got a little bit sideways. Wayne got a little bit sideways, lost a bit of speed. That's our latest caution. Of 55. The Chili Bowl is proving its worth here tonight in track time. Ken McLean, Tom Lamb, Travis McDonald, Chad Football, Michael Mr. Matthew Lamb, Wayne Bridges, Alan Hunt, and Brian Angel is the field. 39 of 55. Tom Land is trying to put the pressure on Kent McLean, not the restart we're accustomed to seeing. Kent down quite a low in those turns, and like I say, I don't know Chili Bowl. I can't drive it, so I can't really sort of speak on how people handle it because I have no clue on how to. caution out, 42.55. Laps still remain in this 55 lap battle. Always been behind the wheel of those micro sprints for non-winged micro sprints for 23 minutes now. Start Ken McLean, Tom Lamb, Travis McDonald, Chad Puttable, Mikey Mix of the 5, 6 to 9, Matthew Land, Brian Angel, Wayne Bridges, Alan Hunt as we get the Shuler Racing Series back underway. Much better restart than the prior one for Kent McLean there, breaking away from Tom Land a little bit better than prior. Tom Land having to fend off Travis McDonald behind him, Chad Puttable, Mikey Mixture as well. 44 at 55. Has been a crazy battle. 25 minutes worth almost. It's probably going to be about at least 25 minutes, almost half an hour's worth of racing for these boys. That is nuts in a micro here at Chili Bowl. Enduro sort of, like, yeah, a full season race sort of thing. Playing still our race leader. He's out there by 2.8 seconds. Oh my God. The only thing that's going to stop him at this point will be one of those dirty C words. Registered as a crash, but he's still be in second place and driving. So might have just gone off track a little bit. Ball in third, Travis and Mike in fourth and fifth. Oh, Chad getting very loose there. Oof, 4 laps remain. We'll jump up to the race lead soon. He is coming up on Alan Hunt lap traffic. See that by the track map. 091. Matthew Land having an issue there. 3091, the red and white machine got a little loose there, wasn't the issue. Comes in, sets again. Yeah, spins out a bit, 7 unavoidable contact. As we reset, hopefully for the last time we'll be 53 of 55, just 3 laps remain. Off we go again. Kent McLean, Tom Land, Chapel, Mikey Mixer still at 5. Alan Hunt looks like he's going to take the race car off the track as we get to our final 2 laps. We're going to stay up the front with Kent McLean as he is our race leader. He is going to take out his 3rd race for here tonight. He took out 2 yesterday. He's got this one here in the bag as he comes around for this last time into 3 and 4, 55 laps on 55 green flag laps. I do love the Shuler logo on the side of the 20, Vicky. I 100% agree with that in the YouTube chat. Ken McLean gets the victory. I think Brian Angel has also got it on the side of his. Love, great logo. I'm gonna have to grab it. I have to put a message in the Discord to grab a bunch of their logos so I can include them all in the broadcasts and stuff. Support the crew. All right, our feature results are as follows. The B-Main Bandit finished in 10th with Alan Hunt 9th. The Motor International of Matthew Landy in 8th. Wayne's World Racing Series, Wayne Bridges in 6th. With Yoda Outlaws, Brian Angel in 6th. Oh, excuse me, I got hiccups. Mikey Mixter finished in the top 5 alongside Travis Smith. Wow. Wait a moment, let me just take a quick small drink. We'll do that again. Our top 5, Mikey Mixter and Travis McDonald in 4th. Our top 3 podium finishes, Chad Puttable for DWR Dirt Warrior Racing, Tom Land for Motor International 2nd. But BAM Motorsports, Kent McLean picks up his 3rd win in 4 races. What a go for this guy. I'm just going to get some text on the screen, make sure the interview channel's open earlier this time. And we'll jump in to the Discord. All right. Where is it? I can never find it, but it's always right there. All right. Officially registered all 4 races, has won 3 of them, but 3 starts this week and 3 victories for Kent McLean. Chili Bowl, non-wing micros. Was there any part of today that you were looking forward to tonight coming into this race?
I honestly didn't even know if I was going to race or not. The Ass Series, I went to join, and of course I've been feeling like crap all day, so I kind of just helped race control that one, and then I was like, well, I'm going to try it. If I do start feeling sick or getting sick, I'll just pull over, you know. But yeah, I was looking forward to the Chili Bowl. I just didn't know if I was going to make it or not.
Yep. No, look, it looks like it's worked out very well. A lot of resettings, a lot of sort of micro sprints, little micro dash sort of runs throughout the race. There was a couple of green flag runs where once we got single file, I think was where it sort of started to get better. There was a couple of, not many starts that we can sort of pick on, but there were 2, at least I can remember, where Tom was right there behind you. Unfortunately, that seemed to be the order of the night. We saw that Limaland slicked up pretty quickly, and it looked like Chili Bowl was quite slick out there. The guy's getting quite sideways and losing that speed a lot. But there was a couple of times where Tom got you at the start. What happened there? Was it you were just trying different things at the start, or were you going on green? How was he able to compared to the other starts?
He was just on that timing, and I thought we were going to have a pretty good race there. And I guess he ended up getting in that slick or driving in a little too hard or letting off too much. But if you could keep it down there on the very bottom and just put the bottom, it was fast. Him and Matt, I didn't know. I figured it would be, a hell of a race with those 2 for sure. Because Matt drives these and Tom's quick in all the non-wing stuff. So, but yeah, it was definitely a fun race.
No, for the first half of the race, no, definitely Matthew Land was up there, sort of showing how it was done. The Land boys, put them in any sort of variation of sprints, and they do well. Just a bit of tough luck there, I find. Chili Bowl, look, that's my. I can't get around it clean, no matter how. Like I can feel like I've got it, and then you're just in the way of people, or your line contradicts someone else's, or it doesn't set properly that one time. You get overconfident, and I sort of felt for a couple of the guys out there, sort of just really hard to check up. Any open wheel variety of the sprints notoriously don't really have brakes. They kind of don't pull up too quick, and then if you do stop them, they can be hard to get going again sometimes as well. So it's sort of a double-edged sword So you've really got to sort of choose how you adjust and react pretty quickly out there on the track. I don't know what to talk about. It was sort of a chili bowl race, really. It had everything. It had some good racing, it had some cautions, it had some back and forth battles throughout the field. A couple of different guys vying for attention. It looked like really that once again, as I said to you yesterday, I've spoken to pretty much everyone about it the last couple of weeks. That 3rd to 7th really seems to be where the fun racing is, where the you guys up the front tend to break away a little bit. You broke away from Tom. Tom was a little bit in front of Chad for most of that sort of period. But Travis and Mikey, Brian, any one of those guys was mixed up in stuff. I'm sure they were white knuckling and going, oh, shit. And as well as that moments where they were like, yes, you know what I mean? Like there was just some really fun moments back and forth, guys losing momentum on the low line. You were running that low line crazily close to that wall. Was that intentional, by the way?
Oh, 100%.
That was scaring me as well. But yeah, some of those guys just, holding it with everything they had down the bottom so that it didn't drift up, trying to sort of side-by-side battle a lot of that mid-pack field. Big credit to the guys out there for coming into a battle. So that this is one of the divisions where it is pretty much, I think this one is another one of the Travis shows, much like I think it's the UMPs or the Limiteds. Coming into last week's race, he was 11-point lead over Tom. I'm not sure. I can't remember the results from last week. You're in 3rd with 68 points at 96, 85, and 68. So I think with Travis finishing in 4th and Tom in 2nd, that could make it interesting. Coming into, we've got Bristol, Lincoln, and Eldora still to go with the Shuler non-wing series. But I've been telling you, it's great to have you on the screens when we can, and even if you're not vying for those championships, to be battling for those points, so that the boys are battling for what's left. It was a similar sentiment in the prior race. I can't remember who I spoke to. Chad.
No, I think we raced at Kern, I believe, right? Last week.
Yeah.
See, I won that one. Travis finished 2nd, and Tom was 9th.
Whoa.
So
it's probably more still a Travis McDonald sort of ball game up the front there.
Yeah, because I think as of now I should have 88 points. So, which
slight gap. Tom would be around 90 odd, I imagine, around that high 80s, 90.
He'll still be in 2nd.
But Travis will be up there in like 110 points most likely.
Probably, yeah, close to it.
So mathematically not impossible. As I say, Bristol, Lincoln, Eldora, it only takes unfortunately for Tom last week, a low finish, and there's the Shuler Racing Series always been about a 10 to 12 car count. So really, you do have to fight, as I say, with that 3rd to 7th battle there. You really do have to fight for every point you get in all the competitions, really, but none more sort of in these ones where that gap is there, but also doable. So you don't want to wish any ill racing on Travis, but it can happen. Wrong place, wrong time. Just other cars getting better starts, things like that. We're not going to wish the season away, but it's going to be a fun 3 more weeks to watch. To see it play out, especially with all the other seasons. A couple of those really, really close. Tomorrow, the Motorware International late models, we're heading over to Oswego. That is, I think, the main one that, Travis is quite out on 19 points, I think, before we got to Limaland last week. So once again, you're sitting in about 9th. So if you are racing tomorrow, maximum points, maximum effort, just to make Travis really work for those points. Brian Angel also there in 2nd. Well, Brian and Jonathan really is the bragging rights in that one. They're 2nd and 3rd, 74 and 73 points coming into Limaland last week, with Wayne on 69 points. So 2nd place, 2nd and 3rd place. It's not the championship, but it's still bragging rights. It's still, you want to finish as high as you can. So there's still a few different little battles, a few different stories to play out for the rest of the season over the next 3 weeks. It's going to be fun to watch. Well, congratulations. I know, like with the weather, they say like, oh, it's 54 outside, but it feels like 47. That was a 55 lapper. What did it feel like? Like a 100 lapper? Like was it really was it as long as it looked, or was it not that bad out there?
No, it really didn't seem that long. Which obviously, and you get in the zone, you're just ticking laps away. So you're not really paying attention. You're just trying not to wreck.
Yep, yep. Well, I mean, in terms of
Uh,
feature length, it was only, I'm just seeing now, I can see on my telemetry, 30 minutes and 35 seconds. And I said it was going to be around a 30-minute main event is scheduled for, what, an hour and a half maximum time. So if there were any, like, serious cautions, then, there was still way more time to go in terms of track time. But yeah, just 55 laps in a micro, normally midget, just that would be, no disrespect to the Shuler Racing Series, but that would be hell for me. That would be my racing hell.
yeah, it's not that bad. These cars are fun to drive.
Oh,
But,
you did make them look fun. You did do that.
you
That's
need to get out there one night with us, Bob.
I do. I say I do every week. I say I will, and I do, and I will, and I will do it. It's just something always comes up when I go to work on the sim. Actually, the latest obstacle, and it's not really an obstacle. I can just update my laptop because the laptop's actually the same specs. But my daughter, one of my daughters, my oldest, she upgraded the computer recently and gave me. I built her one and just added parts. It was a decent little gaming rig. Gave it to her, and she's no longer needed it, so she actually gave it back. So I was like, oh, I might put the desktop rather than run the racing rig off the laptop. I'll run the desktop off the rig, and that'll free the laptop up for another project or something. But yeah, it's just I go to update the iRacing on that, and then I got that, and I've got to rebuild the desktop. So once I get around to doing that, yeah, you'll definitely see me back on, especially the mid-season stuff that you guys do. I know is always entertaining and fun, and I try and join in at least one or two races in that. So yeah, you'll see me out there soon.
Awesome. Looking forward to it, Bob.
All right, man. Well, look, congratulations. Like I say, third victory of 4 races here this week. See if you can go 4 for 5 tomorrow with the limited late models, Motor International. Limited late models, but until then, we'll have to wait till tomorrow night. But before we let you go, friends, family, sponsors, who do you want to give a shout out to for getting you here tonight?
The wife and kids for letting me do it. KP Plumbing Services, you, Bob, for the broadcast, all the guys at KHR, and all the admins for all the work they put in. BAM Motorsports, and John, my teammate. That's about it.
Awesome, man. Well, look, congratulations yet again, having a pretty good week, especially considering he's under the weather. So imagine, guys, what he would do to you if he was 100%. But congratulations, Kent. No, I know the old Jordan game. The sickness brings it out, and there's something out of us. So it's always fun to be able to still do it when you're not feeling great, because you get some joy out of it. But congratulations, brother. Best of luck tomorrow night. We hope we see you on our screens. If not, we'll see you again next week when we do it all over. And we run home to the championship.
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, man. Congratulations. Bye. All right. That was Kent McLean, our victor here tonight, really taking out a few races here for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League this week, showing the boys how to get it done, really taking those points away from the battle for the championships, making every point they get oh so important. Well, that's going to wrap us up. We've got one more broadcast. If you're watching via US times, it is Tuesday night US. If you're watching via Australian times, it's Wednesday morning Australian. But that is tomorrow morning for me, the Motor International Limited Late Models. That will officially be Mike Davis. This is an American birthday, so join us again when we wish him happy birthday one more time, and hopefully he can use that birthday luck to finish well. But until then, I want to give a shout out to Brent Vanderwood, Alan Hunt, Mike Davis, Vicky Shuler joining in the chat, Donald, Robbo, Thomas Dennis, Mike Davis, Matthew Steffens, Anthony Calf, Chris Chandrich, Sir Bilson, Josh Roberts, and Brett Vanderwood, all for the likes, shares, follows, and everything. Appreciate the support. Couldn't do it without the Knuckleheadz guys. They are amazing and such a fun team to work with. All right, until tomorrow night, guys and girls, you know the drill. This is Bob saying good night, or good afternoon in my case. Love yous all. Bye.